I'll have a share. So I've done quite a bit of work on my nervous system over the last couple of years. I have been an anxious person in my lifetime, but in doing the opening container before Christmas, I have focused on the Earthpoint process. And like Vic said, that process of the connection to the ground via that etheric umbilical cord and the connection with the earth in a state, and I've used it in periods where I've felt a little bit of overwhelm, and the remembrance to sort of connect in with the earth, and then also bringing that nourishment up into the body through the umbilical cord, that, you know, the nourishment of the earth, that fertility, that presence and stillness and support that is available via the earth. And to visualize bringing that up and to be that presence, take that presence into my day, regardless of whether I started from a place of overwhelm or not. And that can really shift how my day, you know, just being that presence in the day, not only impacts me in a positive way, but in other people. I think I just wanted to probably speak to using that process from a state of overwhelm. I was able to be able to sit in presence with that overwhelm, and from using that state of groundedness and connection and support with the earth, allowing me to sit in that state of overwhelm and release the charge. And so, you know, when we release a charge out of our system, we can often, you know, like it releases that charge and we don't return to it often. So, yeah, I've found it quite beneficial over this last month, really. And I've, you know, like I don't immediately drop in. I do have to sort of take a moment to drop in. But, yeah, I'm finding the practice really beneficial. I think for me, the etheric field it is still feeling very expanded. And to me, there feels like in that expansion, there is separation, there is like the unification. We are all is one, you know, we are part of something so much greater. So there is no separation in this particular point in time. And really, just the words that came up for me that wish to be expressed is I am, and there is so much in I am. So, yeah, that's my experience.
Thank you, Kathy. Before someone else speaks, if you were to give a gesture, Kathy, to how far out your field is in relation to your physical body, how far out would you say it is?
Look, I feel like it's in my mind's eye. Well, I can sort of, it feels very expanded. It feels still very much outside of it feels very global still.
Beautiful. Okay. More and more and more, and with awareness of what that field was for me, right? And the usness sense around that. So you said there's unification. There is an usness, not an I in that place. But for the health of your body, for the health of your human body, the more expanded that field is, the healthier your being is. So, yeah, beautiful.
I just say though, like it's interesting in saying that and feeling so that there is no separation, that there is that unification. It's then perhaps interesting, like when I say that the expression was I am, it's that there's a vastness in that as well, you know, like it's not really about me. It's hard, probably maybe I'm not explaining that very well, but yeah, in that expression of I am, there is so much potentiality and vastness. It's really experiencing all that is around, that surrounds me.
if this helps, I actually didn't hear you say I am from an ego perspective. I was out in the field with you and I heard I am, meaning the voice in that place says I am. Okay, so just so you know that so the words that came through me is we are of the opening, right? So the more expanded field, the more that we're able to hear each other's field from that place, as opposed to what you were saying, that it's not like you were saying, you recognize you went into self-consciousness, into I consciousness, said, oh, I wasn't meaning to say I am, right? And I was out there with you. Okay, so the more that we're able to go, but this is different to going out in mind. Okay, so I know you said mind's eye, but the ability is we're actually seeing it from a greater sense, right? It is a sight and it's greater than just your mind's eye. Okay,
I think that's where I was too. When I sort of sensed it, it was sort of looking at it from that third eye